Hey there once again, folks. Welcome to another Train Sim World 3 live stream. What we're looking at today is going back in time to the 1950s, where we're looking at so far the only Steam experience in Train Sim World as we speak, and that is Spirit of Steam in the northwest of England, going from Liverpool Lime Street to Crewe. Haven't been on it for quite a while, so I thought we'd get on it and have some fun. So we're going to have some fun doing... we'll do some freight for starters. We're going to do a bit of branch freight work, going from Ditton Junction to Spec Junction. Maybe a through freight as well, and if we have enough time I may do an express freight as well. I've just noticed that. It's quite interesting. Yeah, but it's predominantly freight we're going to be looking at, because I did the first time I did Spirit of Steam, it was passenger run, so we're going to be looking at the freight side of things. So yeah, let's do this one. Oh, look at that. All changed. All change on the loading screen front. They've upgraded that, haven't they? Okay, driver's branch freight service from Ditton Junction to Speak Junction using the LMS Stania 8F class steam locomotive, 23 odd wagons. And this is going to be murder in my headset. Got the safety valve, thank you very much. Cylinder cocks are open. The small ejector is fully open. So this is the 8F, bit grubby as you can see, on a lovely day, so let's get going. Just release the brakes, and then we'll get going. We have to go via the slow line. I haven't forgotten my technique of driving a steam train. I've had pretty much zero practice. So let's see how it goes. Close the cylinder. Can't say the other word because I'll get demonetized for it, as it's apparently known as a silly word to say. Right. We'll adjust the reverser to 25% and we'll increase the power to maximum. So we've got some mixed freight, some vans, some trucks with some sleepers or bits of wood. And of course you've got a brake van at the back, I imagine. There we do. I haven't actually bothered checking if we have to change any points. No, we don't. Alright, so off we go. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, Spirit Steam, of course, for those of you that are not aware, when Train Sim World 3 released, Spirit Steam came to the game as standard with the Train Sim World 3 lighting, you know, the weather and all that kind of stuff. So it looks pretty decent. Obviously, since then, Spirit Steam has had a mixed run, with physics being on the broken side and many other things. But thankfully, Dovetail has fixed them, so we can enjoy the steaming experience again. Liam, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well, my friend. Welcome. Hope you're well. Now, what did recently get added to Spirit Steam is a fireman tutorial, but it's broken. You can't do anything. What the tutorial is that the way it gets broken is that these two bronze valves here, not for gauge glass, these valves are meant to, you know, be usable, but they're not only in the manual but tutorial. But I think across the board in scenarios and of course timetables, so that's a bit of an own goal by Dovetail. The fact that they released a fireman tutorial but you can't actually manually fire the engine, which is a bit puzzling, unless the only other way, I presume, is that you change the general setting, or it's in the settings, isn't it? I always forget to turn motion blur on, but it's in accessibility. It's in HUD and gameplay, I think. Yeah, you have the let me find it. Yeah, you have the firing mode on automatic, assisted manual. I've got mine on automatic because I'm lazy. Anyway, the location we have to stop at is Speak Down Goods Junction, just over 3 miles away. Best check the points, because this is an absolute minefield of points here. Of course, back in the 50s, we didn't have automated switches for points back then in the various yards. Yeah, I'm well, Liam. Well, thank you. And well, just come back from a weekend away, and yeah, it was good. It was a good weekend away. Nice to see some family, have a little catch up, and I'll be seeing my cousin again in June. One thing that does irritate me with this route is because you have these massive yards and industry dotted about the route. I mean, look at that. I mean, they don't get used enough. What I mean is, you know, where's the shunting opportunities? You know, shunting wagons into place, into these industries. You know, be it at the docks or the little industries along the line. Where are those extra type of services? It's all good just doing services where you get the locomotive ready and then ship it down the line, you know, whatever load it's pulling, etc. But I just think it needs a little bit more on the freight side. It's lacking a little bit, and maybe Dovetail's response to that is, well, we've got a more freight dedicated steam route coming in the not too distant future, which is actually situated not too far from where we currently are, in the northwest. I mean, that's Crewe, that's Liverpool. We got one, I think it's near Manchester, or just south of Manchester, so it'll be interesting. I forget what it's called, the route name, but it's going to be interesting. We get one new locomotive, which is a bonus, the 4F. But whether Dovetail do a good job of it is a entirely different story. I mean, we've had one new German route come out that's set back in time. We've got another one on the way this week, I think, and tomorrow we have a new loco bundle that's just been randomly announced as to when it's coming out, which is a little bit concerning. It's a bit sudden, and if I recall, I don't think there is any previews of the DLC in action, so it's a bit of a step into the dark when it comes to what that DLC is going to be like. Is the quality going to be on par, etc, etc. Okay, we're approaching a spec down goods junction, the goods yard. Wish I know what these type of yards are and what kind of industry it contains. Right, place the brakes, put the cylinder cocks on. That will clear its throat. Seems to be having a bit of a cough. There we go. Okay, so this is the industry. As you can see, it's absolutely massive. I mean, none of these areas here are even accessible, even with the free camera, which is incredibly gut-wrenching. I mean, look at the amount of shunting opportunities you could have. Sadly, shunting in these yards or in this route is pretty much non-existent, which is very disappointing. So you've got some flatbeds here as well. Lee Wood, good evening. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're well. Just doing some freight action on the Spirit of Steam. And Liam went to Denmark for the weekend. Oh, very nice. Hope you had a good time. JR Trip Reports. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you again. Hope you're well. Welcome. Oh yeah, I mean, Sim Rail quality-wise is a step up from Train Sim World, but it's very limited in what you can do, considering the majority of it is Polish routes. So, and you do need a bit of an understanding of Polish as well, the Polish language. I'm not saying its tutorials are in Polish, but you know, I suppose there are some aspects which do require a bit of Polish translation. Oh yeah, definitely. The elderly locomotives have more romance, more motion attached to them than the modern stuff, for sure, Liam. I can agree with you 100%. How far are we? We're not too far at all. Right, we'll just open the cylinders. Right, we've got a reverse, have we? What's my map so far out? Come on map, work with me here. Right, we've got to go down the line a bit and then reverse into one of the sidings. We'll let gravity take control of the train. Close the cylinders for a little bit. Oh, great, Lee. Glad you're well. Yeah, Dovetail's certainly pumping out a lot of content. Well, it's not just Dovetail, it's other third parties as well. Rivet pumped out West Cornwall stuff. We've got TSG's German route coming out as well, coupled with another loco pack that's been released tomorrow out of the blue from Dovetail. They are just churning out content galore at the moment. I'm not buying any of them. Too much money. Too much money. Not worth it. Not worth it. The Loco add-on bundle I'll have a think about. It does look more promising, that Loco bundle, for the free main routes of the game. But other than that, I'm not planning to get any of them at not a full price. I mean, I don't think any of the content is worth full price. Unless it's a Loco add-on. Then maybe it's worth buying at full price, but for me, no chance. In a way, I do feel rather sorry for the developers at Dovetail, you know, people that actually construct, you know, vehicles and routes and all that kind of stuff. We need to break. Because they must have a schedule that is unbearable, and I mean unbearable, because that stuff they're churning out is just ridiculous at the moment. I remember the days when they used to just churn out one DLC every 2 months, but now they're just going on it at a ridiculous rate. What's it? 5 DLCs, I think, this month. Let me just repeat that. 5 DLCs this month alone. 5. Do you realise how much that is in total? That is ridiculous amount of money. I think that's over £100 in my currency. That is ridiculous. Way probably close to, was it? Maybe pushing £100. I'm not too sure. It depends what the other DLCs are that's going to be released. But already we've had 2 DLCs released. We've got another 2 on the way. There's one more. It's probably going to be another route. I wouldn't mind a Loco add-on. Just wait for the brakes to release. They take a lot longer, the vacuum brakes, to release, maybe because of the amount of wagons we have. This is nice, a good little guards van here, proper one. Modelled really nicely. Very nice indeed. Alright, we got to stop at Spec A Section 7. So that means we have to fiddle with some points. Does it not? Or are they done for us? I think they're done for us. Oh, how nice of them. Bit of duck and dive under this bridge. There we go. Now I can see where I'm going. I could just do it from the locomotive, but I think it might be a bit tricky to see where I'm going. Oh yeah, that's another advantage with SimRail JL Trip Reports. I think they also released a free locomotive as well. They added a free locomotive to the game. Could you imagine if Dovetail do that? Everyone would be jumping for joy. I mean, the fact that SimRail can do that and Dovetail can't, it pretty much says it in a nutshell, isn't it? They were definitely too much. Intrigued with the TSG one, but 30 is a bit steep for me these days. I was probably 100% the sale fancy. Well, the TSG one is interesting, but the problem is it's predominantly single track. It's nice, it looks good, but I don't think it's not worth it to me personally. It's interesting, but it's personally not my kind of thing. It's the first German route where I'm not really that interested. It's like the West Somerset Railway, really, but just longer. You know, single track, a bit dull. Yeah, there's a bit of freight action with the 365, and I love it. I love shunting, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that route... It offers a different experience, a quiet, quaint, scenic little drive across... was it the Bavarian countryside, I think, but yeah, it just doesn't interest me very much. If you have a German route, Mainz to Koblenz, that kind of is a bit more interesting, but I'll cross that line when I get those DLCs. I mean, of all the DLCs that Dovetail and others are pumping out at the moment, I think the one I'm looking forward to the most, unusually for me, usually the historical stuff is something I always look forward to, but I think the one that steals it for me is the Midland Line. It's a modern route I've always wanted to see, and it's finally coming to the game, and I think... who are they? Skyhook Games. They actually have done a pretty decentish job with the content they've put out. Yeah, the 187 was a little bit up and down, but, you know, credit to where credit's due. You know, Skyhook had taken the time, you know, to get the sounds and the physics right of the 187. I mean, they've had a bit of a stab at that 187 with sounds and all that stuff. So I give credit to them for trying at least to solve the problem. And I think Horseshoe Curve wasn't too bad, I personally thought. Ken Creek, yeah, it's a different freight experience, but I think that the scenery for me just is fantastic, and I'm certainly looking forward to that Midland Line. Now that I'm going to buy at full price, because that is one of the routes I have wanted for so long. I think I even did a in-depth video of the Midland Line, like way back. I can't even remember when I did it, but yeah, 100%. That is the DLC in that long list of stuff that's coming to Train Sim World 3 I'm looking forward to, hands down. Right, we've got another freight, this time in the pouring rain. Oh, lovely. What a challenge. Wow, that released quick. Those brakes. Good grief. Ah, we've got some different wagons this time. Predominantly some trucks. I'll increase the throttle. Whoa, maybe not. Bit of wheel spin there. That is realistic. That's right. Trail Trip Reports, do make a route and then forget about it. That's very true, actually. I remember when they released Tees Valley Line, and they didn't take them that long to actually pump out some content for it. Soon after it was released, they pumped out the 31 locomotive, the 20. So they fleshed it out with additional rolling stock and locomotives. If only that was true today. Excuse me. Alright, so it's kind of like raining. It's not too bad. Let's close that a bit. going anywhere, are we? Let's increase the throttle a bit more. This is going to be a bit of a longer freight run, I think. Up the hill. Come on, you old girl. Are they loaded? Yeah, they got some coal. So we're taking some coal to the yard. That's another thing as well. Why can't we unload the coal in a facility? I mean, there's even facilities in the yards where the locomotives are maintained, where you've got, you know, where you can load facilities where you can load, you know, load for tender with coal, fill up with water. You can't even do that in the timetable. You have to do it in a scenario or tutorial, which is ridiculous. So more can be done on this route timetable wise. There is no question about that. And I hope they do in the future, because a lot needs to be done with this route's timetable, that's for sure. Let's increase the throttle a bit more. Let's go 94%. 42%, I should say. 9 o'clock on the dot. Liam Dovetail, quick, let's release the DLC. That was star crap and everyone's money. Yeah, that's pretty much right. My name is Alisag. What football team do you support? I support Tottenham Hotspur. My hometown club, where I come from, which is Reading. Liam, I got a message on social media saying how embarrassing Spurs game went. I just thought, I don't care. Well, yeah, it was embarrassing. Embarrassing last quarter of the game. Humiliation. Total embarrassment. Whether the manager gets sacked is a different story. It's not going very well at the moment. Nothing is rosy at Right Hart Lane, I'm afraid. Right, let's put reverser down to 20%. I think we can put up to 100 now. Let's take a look out of the head out left. So you've got this little deflector here that you know, stops you getting hit with rain or leaves or dust or dirt, all that kind of stuff. You can look back, and you can look up, and you can look down. Right, slow line is coming up. We've got a huge factory here. It's a bit on the quiet side. Right, we're coming up to abandoned station of Hale Bank. Which platform are we going past? No, it's got to be this one on the left. Hey, Alfie, nice to see you. About to say Stitch. Hey, Alfie, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Better get out of the way. Oh, that's a shame, Liam. Roadworks on the A12, brilliant. Oh, we got another train about to pass by. Passenger service. Alfie, I've heard the DB268 is coming to TSW3. That is correct, yep, it is coming. I think it's coming. Is it coming this week? I mean, I've lost count. So many DLCs have been released lately. We have 2 DLCs. We've got another 2 coming, I think, this week alone. So it's easy to lose count with lose count and lose track of what DLCs are releasing, when, how much they're going to be, etc., etc. Leeward always Spurs support Leeds United. Well, I hope Leeds stay up because I mean they were quite impressive. They smashed Wolves to pieces. They did 4-2. I do have a bit of a soft spot for Leeds. My uncle Richard is a Leeds supporter. He remembers the one time where when Leeds were playing in the Championship a few years ago, and they played Hull. He travelled all the way up from Maidenhead to Leeds to go and see them, only to find that Leeds lost 2-0 to Hull. He hasn't been to a game since. He's not a hardened Leeds supporter where he gets a season ticket and goes every week, but he follows them when he tries to follow them online or on TV, radio. He's a bit of a football fan, that's for sure. Yeah, so hopefully Leeds stay up in the Premier League. I think they can. I think they've got the quality, no doubt. They have quality to stay up. They've got some seriously good young players. Well, they've got a main team, which is my family's team, which is, oh dear, them lot, which I will watch on the 21st of April at the Emirates against Southampton. Oh, well, you absolutely obliterate Southampton. But then again, if they can draw Spurs and beat Chelsea and draw Manchester United, they'll give anyone a good game. Alfie, the Elemis Steam Rail Tour is now on the West Cornwall Local. That is correct indeed. For the expensive sum of £9 odd or whatever. £9, come on. Not enough. Not good enough. Used to be cheaper. It's not even the right type of traction. It should be like a castle class locomotive, a Great Western Railway kind of locomotive. So it's a bit of a rip-off. But hey, that's just my view. My Life Alice Asalak, however you say your name correctly. Tomorrow the Loco add-on bundle number 2 releases. That is correct. Releases tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what price that's going to be. Leeward, very kind of your Spurs, fingers crossed we could do it. The championship was very tough to get out of, but hoping you get top 4. Well, we ain't gonna get top 4, mate. You have to be a wishful thinker to think we would, but no, Tottenham are not gonna get top 4. That is a guarantee. We have been shambolic of late. Awful. Yeah, so mainly the freight action normally occurs on this side of the route. So you've got some through freight which goes from Liverpool to here, or you've got the branch line freight which runs back and forth pretty much. I don't think there's a freight route, service that goes from one side of the route to the other. I'll have to double check that. I don't think there is. It's predominantly for the passenger side of things, this route. Liam bottom 3 prediction: West Ham, Southampton and Bournemouth. Wow. That's tough. I don't know. I don't think West Ham will go down. I don't think they'll go down. Southampton, I think they will go down. Bournemouth, I think, will go down as well. Oh, it's who goes down and who's their next to go down. I think Crystal Palace aren't safe, or Leicester. They have been definitely struggling. So I think Leicester or Crystal Palace might go down. I don't think West Ham will go down. They will escape it by the skin of their teeth. And they're doing well in Europe, that's for sure. Damn side better than Tottenham. Into the quarterfinals, I think, of the of Europe, so that's pretty good. Not bad for a club sitting in 17th. Right, we're approaching Spec Down Goods Yard. Oh, that's the cylinders having a cry. Get down to 15. Off the main line we go. Oh, we've gone passenger service. It's a storm pass. Bit of action in the pouring rain. One thing that still is a bit irritating is the frame rate is not great in these big yards. Not great. You'd think that wouldn't be the case, considering the lack of activity in these yards. Clearly they're so massive, it's putting the game to the test, clearly. Geo reports I don't like football. Fair enough. It's understandable. Take care, Leewood. Nice to see you. See you next time. Liam won't mind. Liam wouldn't mind Palace staying in the Premier League. Yeah, they're a well-run club. Well, you'd like to think that. So they've been pretty stable in the Premier League. So. I don't mind, I mean, I don't really care who gets relegated, to be honest. But they go down, those teams go down for a reason. And but I don't think West Ham will go down. That will be total humiliation for West Ham as a football club to get relegated to the Championship with an Olympic stadium. Nah, it shouldn't happen. Not in my opinion. Come on, break. There we go. There we go. Alright, now we move forward again. Whoa, bit too much wheel spin. Still too much wheel spin. This is in British Railways black livery. V8F. It's pretty cool, but you have the old style semaphore signalling as well. Certainly a challenge on this route when you're playing without the HUD. Geo reports. No, I won't. I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to do that. Never have, never will. Sorry to disappoint you there, but that's not going to happen. Liam, do you remember when Ipswich were in the Premier League? We got relegated to League One. They're third at the moment. So they went to the Championship. I don't remember. Well, they're in the Premier League. That goes back a while. I don't remember when they were in the Premier League off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean they're doing pretty well in League One, and I'm pretty sure they'll get promoted. I don't know much about Ipswich Town as a football club, to be honest with you, but yeah, they've been doing pretty well, rightly so, in League One. One of the powerhouses of League One, I suppose you could say. Right, let's brake. Full application. Blimey, full application is struggling to brake here. Thankfully the signal's quite far away. That means it's going to be a hell of an effort to get back up the hill. Right, we've got to reverse into Spec A section 4. Let's go to the rear camera, be a bit more quieter. We're going backwards. Come on, train. There we go. Oh. Oh shoot, we're going forwards. Ah! Backwards! I better check the points whilst the train is sorting itself out. Brakes wise, movement wise, yeah, seems all good. Okay, it's all done for me again. Excellent. I've got it in reverse, haven't I? Yeah, it's in reverse. Boy, this is a struggle. Come on. Have I not got the cylinders on? Yeah, the cylinders are open. Wow. This is a struggle. Come on. It's a hell of a load to shift back on a gradient that's that steep. We're slowly moving, which is good. Hey Commander, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Jail Trip Reports. I appreciate that. Liam, I heard apparently petrol station workers are potentially going on strike over the holidays, and we will be fine. It depends which company workers are planning to go on strike. I mean, there's loads of different petrol station or oil companies that do petrol stations. You know, Esso or blimey, Texaco, Shell. What else is there? Blimey, I can't remember. Whether the supermarket ones will, I'm not entirely sure. I've had no word of it. So, from our union representative. So, but I imagine if it's what you're saying is true and that's going to happen, then that's going to cause absolute chaos. That is. Which is, of course, what a strike is designed to do, really. But yeah, if it turns out to be true, then I imagine the supermarket ones will want to have a slice of the pie, so to speak, and take part. I mean, if you have to, don't you? I suppose. Oh, bit too much. And the gradient is easing, so that's good. Bit worried that we're losing steam. That is not good. Oh, we're slowing. We're down. No, we've come to a standstill. Oh no. That's a disaster. That's a disaster. Shoot. We have to... That's it, off we go. Blimey, this is a challenge. More of a challenge than I was expecting. Come on, train. Get up the hill. How many have we got? I mean, what was it? It's like 20, 30 wagons almost, isn't it? Good grief. Here it comes. Poor thing, it's working itself out. Better decrease, reverse it, get a bit of steam. Okay, coming into the fourth siding of Spec 8. That'll do, I think. Now the gradient goes downhill. Well, Liam, I think the route is bugged. I think you have to ignore the reds. Yeah, I know the game still has a few red signal problems. There was a red bug signal I encountered last week. I can't remember what it was on. Was it on the Peninsula Corridor? I think it was. Was it on? I can't think. I think it was. Must have been. It's the only route I've been making content for recently. There we go. Cylinder's been open all this time. That should be fine. Blimey. We're getting through these quick. Hasn't even been an hour yet, has it? No, it hasn't even been an hour yet of streaming, and we're flying through these today. Whoopie-doo. Let's go back to the main menu. Right, I'll say the usual YouTube shenanigans as always. If you did enjoy the stream, then I'd really appreciate it if you would hit the like button. Be it if you're watching live for the first time or on playback, whatever. And yeah, if you're watching some of my content for the first time, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Anyway, let's get back to Spirit of Steam. Come on. Thank you. Day Tripper. We got a through freight this time. Did we do that one as well? I think we did. I must have done. Drive this through freight now. This is a different one. Bound for Saltney from Edge Hill to Runcorn. Now this is a different one. This should be more interesting. Some through freight action. Alright, we got one very early in the morning. 5:15. Let's check. Oh, the cylinders are closed on this one. Right, what freight have we got? A bit of a mixed bag. Some vans, flatbeds, some loaded wagons as well. Probably some wood. I remember how much of a bugger this was to get up this incline. Is the brakes still on, are they? Ah, that's why the ejectors are not open. That will explain it. Yeah, so this is the first major yard here. We've got to run around the yard and then all the way down to Runcorn. It's a sunny morning, a sunny start to the day. No Thierry tonight. He's normally here. Not today. Obviously busy. Alright, Brooks are fully released. Let's get going. Don't think we've got any points to change. No, I don't think we do. I'll put the reverser down to 20%. I think Dovetail said in their tutorial when they pumped out steam first time, The reverser should be at 50%, but I find having it 20-25% allows the train to be more consistent in the speed. Plus you don't run out of steam. That's quick. Right, let's increase the throttle to maximum. Close the cylinders. Liam, only going to... Where's it? Maidenhead. Milden Hall and Yarmouth for content and hopefully succeed in the job. And racing, of course. Of course. You can't forget the racing, can you? How's the racing going? Is it going well, or do you not do it anymore? Fireman's working, or firewoman was working furiously over time. Thank you, love. We're a good team. We work well. We could be going downhill now. Over the line we go. It's nice to see as well that the vehicles on the roads are very era apparent. Old 50s and 40s vehicles. That's a steep gradient, 2.8%. Way. It's downhill 1.7%. Blimey, it's going back and forth, up and down. Full of undulation in that yard. Jeez. Okay, we've gone via the slow line. And we got to go via the slow line again, which is there. So a bit of mainline action, which is pretty good. Liam, I do nationals instead of the unlimited, but I recorded the unlimited Ipswich last weekend, and they actually done a lot of entertaining still nationals and more careless. So, well, glad you're still enjoying it. GR trip reports. If you buy the higher version of Spurs Rail 96. Yeah, very good. The speed limit is now 50 miles per hour. In terms of the next stream on the channel, what will the stream be? Oh yeah, the next stream on the channel will be going right back to the very beginning, where we'll be taking a look at Great Western Express in its upgraded form. That will happen this weekend on Sunday the 26th of March 2023. Whoa, certainly going a bit fast. See, you got some industry here and can't do much with it, I'm afraid. I'm going a bit too fast, I've just noticed. Let's get that under control. That's better. Having wheel spin at 46 miles an hour. Aye, aye, aye. How on God's earth can we having wheel spin at 76 miles an hour? Surely we're not having wheel spin. Look at that, nice to see the mechanicals at work. I could sit and watch that all day. So cool. Okay, 4 miles to go. About to pass Spec Junction that we've been doing some freight services for previously. Territory reports that Circle K will strike and Care 4 petrol stations too. Ah, right, okay. I never even knew there was going to be such a thing. That'd be interesting. See what happens there. Liam, the cars are easy to find on the nationals, hence why we crash more. The limited ones are harder to find, and some drivers get how American cars are, I think, and I've been hit before and it's not nice. No, it isn't. In one hand to hit your car, it's crumpled and probably won't run again there, but there's a good chance that once it's written, once it gets a bit smack in the side, or especially at the front, then there's a good chance it ain't gonna run again, is it, anytime soon? Jail Trip Reports, did you watch my channel? I did. When did I last stream? Monday just gone, wasn't it? Yeah, last Monday I watched it. It was pretty good. It was one of the plain ones. Yeah, some good images. Jet True reports it was Ryanair. It was Ryanair that did it. I watched, if I recall. Two miles to go until we go via the location. the slow line. What was the firewoman doing? Every time I look across, she puts the shovel back down. This is to say I'm not doing anything. Yet the firebox is doing its own little thing. That's been broken since the very beginning. Spirit Steam, and it's still broken. Not good enough. Not good enough, Dovetail. Not good enough. You pay us this amount of money, and things which have been broken for nearly a year now. When did this come out? May? No excuse. No excuse for me. That should have been fixed. It's obviously. It's obvious that there's a bug and it needs to be fixed. Whether it's different when it comes to the manual fireman or the or firewoman or the assisted setting, then that's a different story. But in automatic, look, that's not good enough. It should open when the woman is shoveling coal into the thing, like that. That's it. And then you close it. And then you open it. And then you close it. It's not good enough. Timing needs to be improved. Right, we're just about to go via the slow line, aka the big factory on in the distance. A laser jet. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Been a while since I've seen you. Hope you're well. Welcome. Jail to report. Do you know your competitor, your rival? It depends what you mean. My rival. If it's footballing terms, then yeah, I know who my rival is for sure. If you mean YouTube-wise, then do I consider him to be a rival? Not really. I mean, there's a very good chance other Train Sim Mod YouTube channels don't watch my content and they just focus on making theirs, and that's what I do, to be honest. I couldn't care less what you know, the likes of Mega Sim or British Ace, etc. put out. Yeah, it doesn't play a role for me. It has no influence on what I do, so they can do what they want, I'll do what I want. So they may have more views, they may have more subscribers than me. That's fair enough. I'm not going to cry about it, that's for sure. The advantage I have is that yes, they get the latest content, DLC content for free, but the downside to that is they have to be like angels to Dovetail Games. They can't say anything bad about their content. If they do, then they're obviously going to lose that ambassadorial role with them. So I'd rather speak the truth and speak my mind, rather than get a few DLC for free and be limited to what I can say. I don't want to con people just for the sake of it, of getting a few DLCs for free. They do good content, no doubt about it. Some brilliant content. But yeah, I'm not going to get pushed around in, you know, into what I can and can't say. That's not fair. I don't want to rip people off. When Train Sim World 3 was announced, I think my news video is very clear. I wasn't very happy when Train Sim World 3 released. I bet you when British Ace or whoever did their news videos, Mega Sim, I bet you they had to be very careful what they had to say. They couldn't say this bit was good and this bit is shit, really, essentially. So, yeah, I'm not bothered what they do. They may get more views than me, they may get more subscribers than me, they may get their DLC for free, but is it going to make me change what I do? No. No chance. They probably don't even watch my content anyway, so and I don't watch theirs either. I'm not even subscribed to them, so yeah. Not bothered. Not bothered. One channel I do recommend, and I don't usually do promotion of other channels that focus on my kind of stuff, but one channel I do recommend is checking out Schnauzer Powers. He is incredible when it comes to the train simulator content in particular. I've been fascinated for what kind of stuff he's doing. It's predominantly American, North American content, but yeah, he's really, really nice personality. I've met him on Twitch, and he's really nice guy, fun character, and he, even he hasn't got the subscribers or the numbers of British Ace and Maker Sim. So pop over to his channel, check a few of his stuff out. It's very, very well detailed. Long videos he makes. I mean, we're talking nearly 2 hours, some of them 40 minutes, that kind of thing. So if you have an attention span of 5 minutes, then that's not the place to go. But yeah, he is incredible for what he does. He's in a different league to me, and yeah, he does very well indeed. Why are we struggling? Oh, that's why. We're on gradient of nearly 1%. Where are we going? Runcorn. Platform 1. Joe reports the 377 as an ugly train. Oh, fair enough. When was the last time I saw Laserjet? It was a fair while ago, that's for sure. Joe Tripper was British Ace is a Dovetail Games ambassador. Why are you not? I don't know. that's not a question for me. That's for Dovetail, I'm afraid. You could ask Dovetail that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good enough for them. Maybe they know that I speak my mind, and I will not be silenced from criticising their DLCs and certainly their business practice, of course. Commando-based Spurs ambassadors just sell out shields anyway. Yeah, well, pretty much. I mean, they have to praise Dovetail like they're a god just to get DLCs for free. And don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to get DLCs for free. I'd love it. But we all would love that, wouldn't we? So, yeah. There's good bits about being an ambassador, and there's some not so good bits about being an ambassador. It's balanced, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Joe Reports. Appreciate that. Saying I have a personality, fun character. Thank you. Joe Reports. West Cornwall Loco is the daddy of routes, best route ever. Yeah, West Cornwall Loco is a decent package. It's not too bad. It's not the busiest. It's not the longest, but it's got a bit of character about it. Granted, I'd like to have seen more for West Cornwall Local, like another loco add-on, like a new diesel or something like that. An old historic HST would be nice, but yeah, West Cornwall Local is not too bad, Would have been nice if they had the Falmouth branch line from Truro to Falmouth, was it the dockyard down there or something? That would be quite cool. Yeah, I'm the same. As long as it works, it's fine. 377, 387, yeah, not my favourite type of trains to drive. But, do I prefer the BR Class 323 to them? Yes. But, they're not too bad. Not too bad. The 387 I do prefer to the 377. No doubt. Certainly the sound-wise, it's better. Alright, about to cross the famous Runcorn Bridge. You've got the transportation bridge there to our left, which does animate, so you could see the, what is it, like a, don't even know what it is. What would you call it? It's like on rails or winches or something. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, that does move across the river, one side to the other. Right, we're approaching Runcorn. And I think after this trip, I'll call it a day. I think done. What was it, 3 types of services? So that's not too bad. That means it's 1 chapter complete, which is excellent. You can see the town, the village of Runcorn. Imagine that. What a sight that must be. Looking up and seeing the steam trains going over you, going overhead. What a sight. What a sight. That must be. Imagine if you're a little boy looking out your window and you're seeing those steam trains back and forth over the bridge. That I would love. Gotta open the cylinders one last time. Where are we stopping? Roughly at the end of the platform, so I may have actually braked too early. We're getting too excited. That is realistic. The wheel slip, that is realistic. You've got some industry here. Yet again, not used at all. I mean, look at it. Nice interior to this little goods shed, it seems. You know, where's the service to have them trains coming in and out? That would be nice. There we are. Hopefully that will come true one day very soon. And a loco add-on in the far, far future. I mean, it took nearly 3 years for the Amtrak Acela to be added to a Boston Sprinter, so I suppose 2 years is the time limit for having a loco add-on to an old route. Oh, so close. Come on. Come on! Rock and roll. That took me just over 26, or just under 26.5 minutes. Went through Wavertree, Halebank, and finally terminating at Runcorn. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I agree, JR Trips reports we do need Riviera Line and Plymouth to Exeter, Barnstable to Peyton, and Exmouth and Oakhampton. Yeah, wouldn't mind those routes at all. But yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the stream of some freight action on Spirit of Steam. Of course, if you did enjoy the stream, be it live or on playback, remember to hit the like button below. And if you're watching for the first time, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream, of course, will be this Sunday on the 26th of March 2023. We'll be moving the clock forward somewhat to Great Western Express. Looking forward to having some fun on that route. Hope you can join me for that. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.